Welcome to His Way is Perfect. What is God's real name? Do we know it? Did we ever have His name? Is having His name important? Well, let's start by going over some of the history. The Tetragrammaton refers to the four-letter name of the Elohim of Israel, YHWH, as it appears in the Hebrew Bible. These four letters are typically transliterated from Hebrew as YHWH in Latin script, also known as the Tetragrammaton, which comes from the Greek Tetragrammaton, meaning four letters. In English Bibles, YHWH is often rendered as Lord in capital letters. Following this Jewish tradition, some Christian traditions use the form Jehovah, which is a hybrid from combining the consonants of YHWH and the vowels from Adonai. The original pronunciation of the name is most likely lost because Hebrew script is largely consonantal and ancient Hebrew did not write vowels. The precise vocalization is uncertain. Here are some of the most common pronunciations and transliterations proposed. Yahweh is the most commonly used, which came about through various historical and linguistic considerations. Jehovah, the English form, emerged from a misunderstanding of the Hebrew text. Hua or Yehovah. These forms are used by some groups that argue for the particular theories of ancient Hebrew pronunciations. Yehovah, used by some Jewish scholars and groups based on certain grammatical theories and some historical evidence. Yahweh, a variant used by some groups, particularly Hebrew or Israelite groups. These are just a few examples. There are other variants as well. So which one is right? My guess, and I mean my guess, is no one is right. I use the term the Most High when referring to the power of Israel, and I also use the term Elohim when referring to the Creator. No matter how you pronounce the Tetragrammaton, it's not a name, it's a title, meaning we never had the name. All the terms in the Bible referring to the Elohim or the Most High are titles. Let's start by reading Genesis 14:18. And Melchizedek, the king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High Elohim. And he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abram of the Most High Elohim, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High Elohim, which has delivered thine enemies into thy hand, and gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons, and take the goods to thyself. And Abraham said to the king of Sodom, I lift up mine hand unto the Lord, the Most High Elohim, the possessor of heaven and earth. After Melchizedek called Elohim the Most High Elohim in verse 18, Abram uses the title in verse 22. I've heard many say that Melchizedek was Yeshua. He is not Yeshua or Christ. He is exactly what the scripture says. He is the priest of the Most High Elohim. The things done on earth that the Most High ordained in Moses were replicas of what the things that are done in heaven. But nonetheless, the term the Most High is a title. It is how he identifies himself. After he visits the children of Israel in the book of Exodus, his new title becomes the Elohim, or the power of Israel. The term the God of Israel appears approximately 203 times in the Bible to signify the unique covenantal relationship between Elohim and the nation of Israel. The first time the term or the title is used is in Exodus chapter 5 verse 1. And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, Thus said the Most High Elohim of Israel, Let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. So why does the Most High give titles and not his name? How can unclean people as the children of Israel, who have proven themselves unworthy over and over again, be giving the name of the Most High Elohim? The fact that so many don't realize this baffles me. I have seen videos and have met many people in person who believe they have the right name. They yell and they argue to make themselves seem right. But again I ask, why would the Most High give his name to an unclean people such as myself or them? Micah chapter 7 verse 4. The best of them is as a briar, and the most upright is sharper than a thorn hedge. The day of thy watchman and thy visitation cometh, now shall be their perplexity. When it says the best of them, it means the best Israelite is messed up mentally. He's sharper than a thorn hedge. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Most High sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With 2 he covered his face, and with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he did fly. And one cried to another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Most High of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the post of the door moved, and the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, the Most High of hosts. Again, it confuses me that many of us fail to acknowledge our own impurity. Isaiah, despite not seeing the Most High directly, only a glimpse of his image, yet the image was enough for him to recognize his own brokenness. Now we don't have a physical image to refer to, only what we read. However, from what we read, we should be aware of our own brokenness. That brokenness makes us unworthy to know his name. Sadly, many choose not to read, and as a result of not reading, pride takes hold. Yeshua said it like this, Luke chapter 17, verse 7, But which of you having a servant, plowing or feeding cattle, will say unto him by and by, when he is come from the field, Go sit down to meat, and will not rather say, Make ready with that I may sup, and gird thyself, and serve me, till I have eaten and drunken, and afterward thou shalt eat and drink. Does he thank his servant because he did the things that were commanded? I trow not. So likewise, when you shall have done all the things which are commanded you, say, We are unprofitable servants. We have done which is our duty to do. Even if you think you are perfectly right with the Most High, say, I am an unprofitable servant, and I have done only my minimal duty. So when will we get the name? Let's start with Hosea chapter 2, 14. Therefore, behold, I will allure her, and bring her into the wilderness, and speak comfortably unto her. This is the 1,000-year reign. Verse 15, And I will give her her vineyards from thence, and the valley of Achor for a door of hope, and she shall sing there, as in the day of her youth, as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be at that day, saith the Most High, that thou shalt call me Ishai, and shalt not call me no more Baali, for I will take the names of Balaam out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. The Most High will give us his name during the 1,000-year reign. Verse 18, And in that day will I make a covenant with them from the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground. And I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and I will make them to lie down safely. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness, and in mercies. And I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Most High. This is the marriage supper of the Lamb, spoken about in Revelation. The marriage to Israel, not the church. Nothing has changed. Verse 21, And it shall come to pass in that day, I will hear, says the Most High. I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth. And the earth shall hear the corn, and the wine, and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that have not obtained mercy. I will say to them which were not my people, Thou art my people, and they shall say, Thou art my Elohim. You can compare chapter 2, verse 14, Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. And I will give her vineyards from there, and a valley of Achor for a door of hope, and she shall sing there as in the day of her youth, as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. And we compare that with Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 33, As I live, says the Most High, surely with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people, and gather you out of the countries where you are scattered, with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. These are the same two events. When you compare that also with Hosea chapter 1, verse 10, Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass, that in the place where it was said to them, You are not my people, there shall it be said unto them, You are the sons of the living Elohim. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land. for great shall be the day of Jezreel. And you also compare that with Romans chapter 9, verse 25. As he said also in Osee, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and my beloved, which were not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living Elohim. When it says in Romans Osee, it means Hosea. Paul is quoting Hosea. Paul is agreeing with Ezekiel, and Ezekiel is agreeing with Hosea, and they all agree. Paul is saying in Romans chapter 9, nothing has changed. The children of Israel and the children of Judah will be gathered, appoint themselves one head, even Christ. Israel will be gathered, not the church. Then we will get the right name. We will call him no more Baali. He will take all the wrong names away that are really terms for Baal. You know who had the correct pronunciation of the Tetragrammaton? The children of Israel. Where did it get them? They still went into slavery, even though they had the right name. So my point of view is that we could stop looking at the original scrolls, trying to piece back the name. You can take a break from learning Hebrew, trying to piece back the name. You should be spending all your time trying to do what is commanded, all the commandments that the Most High gave to Moses. And after you have done all those things, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have only done what was expected of us. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.